Hey vinyl community, it's Robert Fithen, and today I want to talk to you about Andy Williams, Al Martino, and the Ray Conniff Singers. Now, your first thought's probably, why in the world would you want to talk about those three? Nobody cares about those people. Exactly. So my question is, why are they in every flea market, every antique mall, some record stores? No one wants these records. Andy Williams, Al Martino, Ray Conniff Singers. How many times have you seen these? I have been, I love crate digging. I guess that's what it's called now. I've been doing it for years. Crate digging. I love looking through the bargain racks and finding those hidden gems. And I understand, the fun of it is you have to look through a lot of records to find those. And I don't mind that at all. That's a lot of fun. I love looking at through all the weird, obscure stuff. And of course, when you have this many records, you're going to find a lot of records that you already have. That's fine. I love it. I love looking through all the different albums, all the different genres, even stuff that I would never buy. It's the part of the game. It's part of the hunt. It's part of the thrill. When you find that one you do want for cheap, makes it so much better. But over the top is the Andy Williams, Al Martino, and Ray Conniff Singers. These are in every thing I'm so tired of looking at these particular artists, and I don't know why. It's these three that are everywhere. These are adult contemporary artists from the 60s or late 50s. And there's others. There's Jack Jones, Frank Sinatra, Vicky Carr, John Gary, Tony Bennett. But you rarely see their albums. It's always Andy Williams, Al Martino, Ray Conniff Singers. I get so tired of looking through these. And I'm assuming that if you do any... My experience is looking through records over the last 30 years in like the Midwest of the United States. I wonder if it's the case as well on like the coast or in Florida or in the UK or, in Spain or something. I mean, I don't know. But I know here in the Midwest of America, it's all about Andy Williams, Al Martino, Ray Conniff Singers. Like, if you were to get rid of just these three artists, you would get rid of like 65 to 70% of records that are in flea markets and antique malls around here. And I'm not even kidding. It's that bad. And there's others that are in there that I'm not interested in. I see a lot of Barbra Streisand albums. That's cool. People still want to hear Barbra Streisand. I see Liberace every once in a while. I'm sure people would want that for the kitsch factor. People buy a Anita Bryant album just for the irony of it. I get it. There's going to be records that I'm not interested in. That's fine. That's great. Why does it always have to be so much Andy Williams, Al Martino, Ray Conniff Singers? Did they hand these things out free to people in the 60s? And that's another thing. This album, this one right here, this is the quintessential Andy Williams flea market album, Born Free. I think this came out in 68 or something like that. It's 1968 and you're in a record store or you're in the record section of a department store. You're looking around. There's the Beatles. There's Jimi Hendrix, there's the Rolling Stones, there's Frank Sinatra, there's the jazz greats like Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday, there's Lulu, there's the Monkees, hey, there's Johnny Cash. What are you going to walk out with? Oh, what? Hell with all that. I want that Andy Williams album.
Woo! Screw can't heat, I got me some A-dubs.
Thousands and thousands of people must have actually had that thought in 1968 to have so many of these out there. I don't know how many albums this sold, but it must be in the billions, judged by the number of these that are in flea markets and antique malls. And if you know somebody that's got like a booth at an antique mall or a flea market and they've got records in there, do us all a favor and tell them to knock it off with the Andy Williams, Al Martino, Ray Conniff Singers. It's enough. One of the great things about the vinyl community is all the videos that everybody always puts out, and somebody will start like a certain trend or a video or whatever, and then everybody else will do their version. I did my version of the most valuable albums that I own according to Discogs. And there's a lot of those videos out there, and then a couple people twisted it around and did the most worthless albums they have according to Discogs. Now, I saw videos with people talking about Roll With It from Steve Winwood. That's a decent album. That's a $2-3. I'd pay $2 or $3 for that. Pointer Sisters Breakout, another great album from the 80s. A lot of hits on there, and even some of the album tracks are just as good as the hits. Really upbeat if you like the kind of keyboard kind of stuff from the 80s. That's not a worthless album. That's $2-3 album. This is a completely worthless album. So is this, or anything from these artists, or the Ray Conniff Singers. That's worthless. You could take a stack of 25 Al Martino albums, put them in a stack, put them there for $1, and nobody would buy it. That's the thing. It's not just my opinion. I've been doing this for years. No one wants the, well, I don't know, you never know. Somebody might. No. Nobody wants these. Trust me, I've been doing this for 30 years. Nobody wants Andy Williams, Al Martino, or the Ray Conniff Singers. I don't know if it's like that. I know there's a lot of great vinyl community channels in like the UK. Are there comparable artists like that in the UK where they're just everywhere and no one wants them? So please, I don't know. I thought of something maybe the vinyl community could get together and do about this problem. And let's make no mistake, it's a problem. I thought maybe we could all do a pledge to where when you're going to go buy an album somewhere, you also pick up a Ray Conniff Singers album too for $1 and take it home and throw it away just so we don't have to look at it again. But then I thought, no, because then everybody will be buying Ray Conniff albums, and then everybody will be like, oh, well, they're selling again. Let's come out with the 180-gram remastered version. And then it would just start all over again. So that wasn't a good idea. So maybe there is something. You got an idea about what we can do to get these things off the street? I'm so tired of looking at Andy Williams, Al Martino, Ray Conniff Singers, and really flea markets and antique malls. Maybe you're not into records and you just threw a box of records in there and you had no idea. Record stores, there's no excuse for having Andy Williams, Al Martino, or the Ray Conniff Singers because it's been proven, like I said, at least in my experience, for 30 years that nobody wants these albums. And I'm so tired of wasting my time looking through nothing but Andy Williams, Al Martino, and the Ray Conniff Singers over and over and over. Please, if anybody's got any ideas about what we can do. I mean, I know they make bowls out of records. Ever seen the artwork, the art they do out of old records? They make a bowl out of it or something. I've seen bowls made out of Moody Blues albums. What? Don't do that to a Moody Blues record. If you want to make a bowl, hey, this is a bowl waiting to happen right here. Andy Williams, Al Martino, Ray Conniff Singers. That sounds like some bowls that need to be made. So, in closing, if you've got any suggestions about what we can do as a vinyl community to get these things out of the store so people will can stop looking and wasting their time looking through a bunch of albums and encountering nothing but these three people. Is there something we can do about this? Very annoying. So please, anything you can do to help, please. We're all open for suggestions here in the vinyl community. I'm Robert Fithen, and thanks for watching.